Welcome children, welcome to your online class. I hope you all are fit and safe at your places and taking good care of yourselves. Children, I am Babita Nawan, your physics teacher for this session, and I hope you all have your physics book with you. This is S. Chan Publications and name of the book is Lakhmir Singh Science Physics for ICSE. Children, those who have not bought yet, kindly purchase your book as soon as possible so that you can complete your assignments timely and you can understand all the things very well. Clear? So children, today we are going to start our chapter 1, that is matter. So children, this is the topic which you are studying right from class 3rd. And you all know the things around us are known as matter, including us. We are also matter. Matter can be defined as anything which occupies space and has mass and can be perceived by our senses. Whether it is a duster, a marker, this board, all are matter. Why? For example, this duster. What I said, matter is anything which occupies space. So if I put this duster here, it will take some space, it will occupy some space and it has mass. What is mass? Mass is the matter contained by a body. For example, this much wood is contained by this duster. Similarly, this is a marker and some it is made up of plastic. Okay, so the plastic contained by this marker is known as its mass. If I put this marker here, it will also take some place. It will also occupy some space. So this is also a matter because it occupies some space and it has mass. Also, we can perceive it by our senses. Perceived means we can touch it or we can feel it or we can see it. Clear? So these all are matter. We are also matter because if I am standing somewhere or I am sitting somewhere, I am occupying some space, I am also having some mass, so I am also a part of matter. Clear? Air is also a matter. So children, what we have learned, how can we define matter? Matter, anything that has mass and occupies space and can be perceived by our senses is called matter. This is the definition of matter. And if it is asked what is matter, you have to write this definition. Okay? You can also give some example of matter. For example, table, duster, air, water, etc. There are many more. Okay, but you can give 2-3 example with any definition. When you write any definition, if you know the example, that will be better for scoring. Clear? Now children, we will talk about the composition of matter. Composition means what is matter made up of. Okay, this is called composition of matter. So in ancient time, various theories were suggested about the nature of the matter. Okay, so one physicist, his name was Empedocles. Empedocles. Empedocles was a physicist. Empedocles held that all the matter was made up of four elements, that are earth, water, air and fire. Okay, many theories were there. So one physicist Empedocles, he held that all the matter are made up of these four elements. Later on, a new theory came from Leucippus and his pupil Democritus. What they have suggested, they have proposed that all the matter is made up of tiny particles. Okay, tiny particles which are different in shape and sizes. Democritus called these particles atomos. What he called these atomos. And what was the meaning of atomos? Indivisible. Means you cannot divide them, you can't destroy them. And the theory from Leucippus and Democritus is still hold today. This opinion holds that all matter is composed of indivisible particles called atoms, and all atoms of a given element is identical. Now children, our next topic is states of matter. And as we all have learned in our previous classes, the matter in most of the environment, it has three states. And we all know these three states. What are these? First one is solid. Second, liquid. And third one is gas. Okay. Now objects like duster, board, chair, blackboard, these all are example of solid. Okay. What are the example? Duster, table, chair, etc. These all are the example of solids. They have fixed, stable and definite shape and volume. Okay. Now second one is liquid. Now water, milk, oil, these all are the example of liquids. What are these? Water, oil, milk, etc. These all are the examples of liquid. They are kept in containers. Now think what would happen if they are not kept in containers or bottles. They would flow. Liquids would flow. They do not have fixed shape but take the shape of the containers in which they are kept. So these are known as liquid. Okay. Now next one is gas. Those substances which do not have fixed shape or size and occupy all the space available to them are known as gases. Clear? For example, LPG, perfume, etc. Air is also example of gas. This is a mixture of gases. Clear? So these are called gases. They do not have fixed shape and they take the space, all the space available to them. Now, first of all, we will talk about the solids, characteristic properties of solids. Now, as I have told you, solid has definite shape and volume, but different solids may have different properties. For example, this board is an example of solid and this is very smooth. This duster is also an example of solid, but this is rough. This is not smooth. They both are solids, but they have different properties. But they both have definite shape and volume. Clear? Similarly, some solids may be smooth and hard. For example, cotton and silk, they are smooth, they are soft, and this marker is hard. Clear? Some solids may flexible. This is not flexible, but this duster, this part of the duster is flexible. Clear? So different solids have different properties, but some characteristic properties, they remain same in solid. Solid can be changed their shape only under the pressure. For example, I can break a piece of chalk after applying the force on it. And similarly, it's a rubber band, and if I will stretch it, it can change its shape. But after releasing it, it comes back to its original state. So we can say solids are flexible and they can change their shape only under the pressure. For example, applying force, squeezing, crushing, etc. All these, by applying all these, we can change the shape of a solid, but originally it does not change its shape, and it has definite shape and volume. Now children, I think this is very clear to you that solid has definite shape. But you must be clear on this point that solid has definite volume. Definite volume means solid will occupy the same space everywhere. For example, if I put this duster on this board, it will occupy this much space. Okay, and if I put this in a container, again it will occupy the same space. This is called that solid has definite volume. This is clear to you? Okay, so these are the properties of solids. So children, this much for today, and we will continue our chapter in our next video. Children, before saying bye-bye, I will request you all, kindly complete your assignments within the given time period in a good handwriting, in fair notebooks, and send it to the correct email address. My email address for physics work is bvpsjohri, Johri, 1989, physics, PHYSICS, physics 6 @gmail.com. This is case sensitive. You have to use all the small letters. Okay, and your email address should be correct, and your complete work should reach within the given time period. Okay, if you have any doubt, any query, you can ask through the mail. If any point is not clear to you, you can ask. Okay, but do your work very sincerely. So this much for today, and till our next video, thank you and bye bye.